Welcome back everybody to another episode of Absolute Universe News, your one-stop shop for all things DC Comics Absolute Universe. Now listen, San Diego Comic-Con was this past weekend. I went to San Diego Comic-Con, was very lucky to attend, but I didn't get into the Absolute Universe panel. Really wanted to. I was actually there right when they capped off the line. With that being said, let's get into some of the announcements. Starting off with Pornsak Pyg announcing that Absolute Black Canary is getting a one-shot. This is going to sit in between issues number 6 and 7 of Absolute Green Arrow. So really cool seeing the Absolute Green Arrow corner of the Absolute Universe sort of expanding, and Pornsak Pyg getting the ability to, expand on some of the characters that he had to design and coming up with. I did want to mention too that the artist for Absolute Black Canary is going to be Belen Ortega. I believe Belen Ortega most recently did the Trinity series, if I'm not mistaken, focusing on young Trinity, kind of adventures with her, John Kent, and Damian. I'm pretty sure that's where Belen Ortega, where I've seen Belen Ortega's last work. But let's get on to the Absolute Flash side of things, because the announcement from Jeff Lemire that the Stone family, Victor Stone in particular, would be getting his full appearance very shortly as this Absolute version of Cyborg. I really like this design, right? So Nick Robles did the design for this. I'm liking all his different character language throughout the series so far. This is kind of like a very anime inspired, in my opinion, right? When this was announced and I was hanging out with Nate, Speed Sultan, and Brandon Cosmic Collector and the rest of the guys, we didn't get into the Absolute Universe panel, so we were just kind of waiting around for the announcements. When this design dropped, it was pretty hype. One of them said that it kind of looks like Prototype. If you guys remember that game, that's like that game where you're kind of like a superhero, but you can be like evil too, and you have like that wicked long, like crazy gooey arm. So yeah, kind of a Prototype inspired design. And Jeff Lemire said that he's going to use Absolute Flash in order to introduce more members of the Absolute Teen Titans. Guys, I think Absolute Teen Titans might be our first ever team book in the Absolute Universe, and I think they're building to it in a real smart way, if I'm not gonna lie, because you have Absolute Flash, of course, Wally West. You have Cyborg, right? Maybe you can get Absolute Cassandra Cain. We have some of the other members of the Bat family that have been introduced as well. So a lot of different directions you could go with the Absolute Teen Titans. We'll have to see if Jeff Lemire is sprinkling some more in the next couple of issues of Absolute Flash. Next up, I want to talk about the Absolute Deluxe editions, man. So this is real cool to see. We knew that these Deluxe editions would have to be coming sooner rather than later, but it seems like they're going to be coming pretty soon. We have the Absolute Deluxe editions for Absolute Superman, of course, Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Batman. It kind of looks like a faux kind of leather kind of design on the cover. We'll have to see what the end designs end up looking like. Also wanted to mention that no word on Absolute Green Lantern, no word on Absolute Flash, or of course, Absolute Martian Manhunter, the big winner of the Eisners. Those seem perfect for the Deluxe edition format, but it makes sense to go with your big three first and then kind of see if this is a format you want to continue doing. I imagine it's going to be, right? I personally, it would be nice to have these on the shelf, of course, right? I have them in single issues, but I think I'm waiting on the Omnis, right? Because you got to imagine that the Omnis, once these series cross the, I don't know, let's say like the 30 issue mark, you imagine Omnis will be coming out sooner rather than later. Maybe I get the Deluxes and then you upgrade later for the Omnis. I'm not sure, but I'm excited. Deluxe edition, oversized artwork. These are going to contain the first 2 trades for each Deluxe edition, plus some one-shots and bonus material as well. I'm wondering if they're going to include, for example, like the Arc M Special. You probably put that in Absolute Batman. I'm wondering about Absolute Evil, though, and stuff like that. Obviously, you want to include as many annuals as you can for each individual series, but Absolute Evil, I think, really kind of ties the whole thing together. You can't leave that out. I feel like you got to include that in at least every single of the big 3 to get the full picture of the Absolute Universe. Maybe not. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Is that necessary or is it not? Let me know what you think. Let's get into issue number 25 for the big 3 of the Absolute Universe. They're going to be getting these cool triple gatefold covers. So of course, Absolute Wonder Woman number 25, Hayden Sherman taking on this beautiful, beautiful triple gatefold cover. So for those that don't know, it's like a wraparound, but you'll be able to pull out another third and get a full giant look at the full cover. And this is one is of course done by Hayden Sherman. just a real quick note on the design for this Absolute Cheetah. We had an Absolute Cheetah before, right? But this one is Barbara Minerva, Wonder Woman's friend up until this point in the series. So kind of tragic to see what's going to be, what's to come up from her. But really cool design from Hayden Sherman. All these different little design notes from Hayden Sherman, the absolute GOAT. I want to talk about the absolute Superman gatefold cover as well. This looks like art from Rafa Sandoval to me, and it's just beautiful, man. I did want to mention too that Absolute Superman number 25 sounds like that's going to close out the Brainiac arc. So I've really been enjoying the Absolute Superman title. It's really, really good stuff from Jason Aaron, and I think he's got a great partner in Rafa Sandoval. So there we go. The triple gatefold cover closing out the Brainiac arc for Absolute Superman number 25. And then last but not least, let's take a look at the triple gatefold cover for Absolute Batman number 25. I read also that Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta wanted to emphasize that the buildup between the first confrontation between Absolute Batman and Absolute Joker will be taking place, the buildup over issues number 23, 24, and 25. I don't know if that means number 25 is the bang, here we go, this is the big pop. It kind of makes sense if that were to be the case, because apparently issues number 25 of each big three series are going to be oversized, right? So expect some more pages, some more story to enjoy when issues number 25 of Absolute Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman hit comic book stands. Last but not least, let's talk about the new Arc M special that was announced. So we have Frank Thierry coming in with Francisco Francavilla. They're going to be taking on that next step in like the Arc M sort of thing, right? Because we all want to know what the Joker's up to. He's got some evil machinations behind the scenes, and he's got these different arcs all over the globe, and they all are doing different experiments on people, creating different villains, right? So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this Arc M special. This one's called the Absolute Batman Beyond Arc M special. So I don't know what the Beyond means, right? Are we getting like Absolute Batman Beyond? I don't think so, but it's just a look at some of the other Arc M facilities throughout the Absolute universe. And I want to mention this too. They announced that Absolute Professor Pyg is going to play a big role in this Absolute Batman Beyond Arc M special when it comes out. And this is a really creepy design for Absolute Professor Pyg. I feel like Scott Snyder and Francisco Francavilla, Frank Thierry can really have some fun with this Absolute Professor Pyg design. But that's it, man. That's all that I wanted to talk about here and cover from DC Comics Absolute Universe panel. I did want to maybe throw in some of the Eisner winners as well, but all you need to know, Absolute Martian Manhunter cleaned up. Absolute Batman got the award for the best continuing series, and just overall, the Absolute Universe just killed it at the Eisners. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all these different Absolute Universe news items down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.